It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the knickers off her. What the fucking chance? Premeditated batter. Premeditated batter. Right, people, before we begin, I just want to get a wee shout out to our special sponsor, MK Meal Prep. If you're looking for nutritionally balanced prep meals, fake away specials and all-round bangingness, then MK is where you want to be going. Breakfast, lunch and dinner is covered. For the breakfast, it's £3 each. You get vanilla protein porridge, you get Biscoff protein Weetabix and fruity protein Weetabix. For your lunch, you can get a salad, you can get baked potatoes, some chunky chicken tikka, some chicken and bacon. For soups, you get lentil soup and chicken noodle. £2.50 per soup, £3.50 per salad or baked potato. And your main meals, you can get these in mix and match. This is what I've been getting, right? To die for. To die for. Absolutely out of this world. And I'm not just saying that. I love my food, and I know my food. If something doesn't taste right, then I'll say it doesn't taste right. And this is bang on the money. You get red Chinese chicken curry, obviously quite spicy, that's why you've got a wee pepper. Woohoo! Mac and cheese with crispy bacon, pizza wraps with salad, honey sausages and crispy potatoes and kale, Nando's chicken, mashed and macho peas. My favourites are the fakeaways. You get a chicken curry and you get like a kebab kind of thing. You can see the fact of being able to actually eat kebab or a curry and not have that guilt of grease. You don't feel as if there's something growing inside you. You can eat it and still go about your day. You're still sharp, still get your alertiveness. It doesn't kill you. It's honestly, it's win, 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 win. And it tastes amazing. And for the price, you get these main meals. You get 5 of them. They're in wee Tupperware tubs. You get 5 of them for £20. That's a meal a day. That's your Monday to Friday. That's your work meal sorted for 20 quid. And it's good for you. There is no downside to this. Plus as well, they also do some wellness shots and snacks. You get a morning wellness shot. You get a nightcap CBD shot. This has got CBD oil in it. Or you get a fruit bowl with white chocolate sauce. They're £3 each. So you've honestly got everything on this menu. This isn't just dinner. You've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you've got snacks, and you've got a few accessories. The prices are cheap and the quality is superb. MK_meal prep. You can only get them on Instagram. So just type in at MK_meal prep. You'll be able to copy and paste it from the video bio. Enjoy the podcast, people. How we doing, people? Remember, like, subscribe, and don't get fucking wide. Who having a good night? It's currently about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just coming off the night shift. And I can't do a night shift. It's the first time I've done night shift in a good few years. It's weird. Night shift, it's a weird thing. I'm going to sort that camera, 2 seconds. There. I look less squint. I should move it. See, I'll keep the camera where it is because obviously I'm just coming off night shift, so I went to my bed. I was working, see, what day is it now? This is Wednesday morning, right, as I'm recording this. So, aye, I know I'm being awkward and all that shit, fucking don't judge me. But it's Wednesday morning, I came off night shift, but as I went Monday night into Tuesday morning, so I finished at 6, slept about 2 o'clock. Then I went to Kynock boxing gym in Cessnock. If you've never been, you should go, but make sure you don't go on a full stomach, for fuck's sake. It's fucking brutal, man. So I've got a sheer shoulder. My shoulder's fucked. And I was feeling it, man, during it, but I powered through. Then I went and got a Tony's Pizzeria. Ever tried a Tony's Pizzeria? It's in Giffnock. I think it got voted like the best pizza in Scotland. I think it was 2018-19, before COVID, so don't quote me on it now if you go and get a shite pizza, but we had a pizza last night, pizza and some loaded fries, and it was fucking tremendous. Felt like a sack of shite after it, because obviously I just done a full-on workout, then went and fucking, what's the word, disgraced myself. Aye, but it was a good disgrace. I enjoyed it. Didn't feel a tinge of regret after it. But so I went to my bed about 11 o'clock because I was fucked. I had a CBD shot. I got off that MK meal prep. Amazing. Knocked us right out. But because obviously with my fucking body clocks, I wait to fuck because of night shift. I woke up at like the back of 1 in the morning. You've all seen this film before. Gonna get back to sleep, usual. So I was just sitting watching fucking TikTok videos and all that shit. Ball deep in fucking living in London YouTube beefs and all that, man. Would you just make it that cunt? Yeah, living in London. I seen a video of me getting knocked out off that Ben Hatchett. A lot of people probably say they got it coming. But I don't know. He's a suspicious character. No suspicious, he's just like, what the fuck's going on with this cunt? Is this real? It seems a bit too playing up for the camera kind of fucking cunts, know what I mean? But I don't know the cunt for Adam, so I could be wrong. But so I was just sitting fucking lying in my bed, you know what it's like, and I was like, fuck it. I've got up to a fucking podcast. So I was meaning today one day a wee soul talk. I need to start getting these out, man. Start talking to these, engaging. And another thing that I've been meaning to talk about, I'll just get right to it. No fucking about, no foreplay. Oof! Right in, dry. Dry as you like. But I was watching shit, Joe Rogan's apology. Obviously, if Fendi not up to date, people are trying to cancel Joe Rogan for using the N-word through his podcast for the 12 year. Out of context, he's not like, using it to like, insult people. Obviously, if you use it, it'll probably insult most black people that hear it, but he wasn't using it in a derogatory term. He was using it, quoting people or whatever else. He was the way he was using it. But people are trying to cancel him that, but they're all saying it's because he's a racist, this and that. But as I said, there was a compilation made up of him, and it was Faye's podcast of the past 12 years. Right, so 12 years, this compilation made up. So, by rights, the first time it would have been seen to utter in his podcast was 12 years ago. So that's 2010. I was in the jail. This will take you back. This is when I fucking first get to the jail. So I was 17. So I was 17 at the time, right? When I first said this. But I know all of a sudden every cunt started shutting down. And it's weird. Because the real reason cunts are trying to shut him down isn't because he's meant to be a racist. It's because he said like experts came on and basically rubbish the COVID vaccine and basically the way the government are doing everything. And they're totally right. With the vaccine, right, I'll take that back. I don't know about the vaccine. I'm not a fucking vaccine expert. Fuck knows. I'm double vaxxed, unfortunately. And the reason I say unfortunately, because I feel duped. I genuinely do. The only reason I got it, I was in the jail, right? So I had no access to any other sort of information apart from BBC News and the Sun newspaper. That was the only two things I digested, right? So within a fucking couple of weeks, I thought I was going to die if I never get this vaccine. I genuinely did. I felt fucking brainwashed. I was brainwashed to a point that I get double vaxxed and I hated the SNP. I don't hate the SNP, that was a joke, but I'm double vaxxed, that's not a joke. But it's insane. It's like the fucking media, it is so biased, it's propaganda, it's sickening. See, imagine the media actually did what it was meant to do and report the news to the masses that watch it. Imagine the good you could do with that. But it doesn't. Because there's an agenda. The fucking majority of them are Tory owned, fucking Tory donors and all that shit. It's the editors. How the fuck are you expecting fair, unbiased media coverage with these cunts? Know what I mean? I mean, come on, we're in a golden generation right now. We've got the internet. There is a lot of shite on the internet, but there's a lot of information that if it wasn't for the internet, we'd know fuck all about. And that's fact. You can argue with this and that. If it wasn't for the internet, we would know a lot less than think. Look at COVID. Look at the amount of shit we fuck. Look at the Tories with the PPE scandal and that. Would we have known about that without the internet? I don't think so. I doubt the papers are going to report it. Do you imagine BBC News? Fuck's sake, geez, peace. Fair dues, they might eventually report it, but that's merely a case of, right, everybody knows about it, so we need to be seen to be reporting it. But it's fucking nonsense, man. It is. It's bullshit. But we're lucky enough. Like, see if you look at like your parents, your grandparents, or whatever else, your generations come before you. All they knew was the media, the news, the fucking wee weatherman. Oh, I love him. Oh my god, here's the weatherman. All these cunts. To them, they were the bringers of knowledge. What's going on in the world came for these people. And you would think you're like, right, these people are making a fortune of money, you know what I mean? They're all backed with the government, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Why would you think that they would hold back truth for you? Because reporting the news is reporting what's going on in the world. So why would you be selective about what you report? You're not doing your job, are you? Unless your job is to push a narrative. And that's exactly what's happening. Before I get right down into this, I try and stay away from this kind of topic of conversation on this podcast. I want to make this podcast a laugh and just sit and talk shite to cunts and make it just seem like a kind of conversation. See if I didn't call this premeditated part, I called this kitchen chat. Right, so you can imagine two cunts sitting in a kitchen solving the world's issues. That's the kind of conversation I want to create. But sometimes you can't ignore what's going on in the world around you. Especially if it pisses you off. And it pisses me right off. And it's not so much I'm getting pissed off with, obviously it's a fucking horrible thing that what all these media outlets are doing. They're just scumbag bastards, in my opinion. They don't report the truth. And they basically control public opinion. If the papers say you're a hero, you're a hero. Papers say you're a scumbag, you're a scumbag. Look at Caroline Flack. They were lambasting her. Domestic abuser, all this shit. And she killed herself. Oh my god, poor Caroline. And poor Caroline's right. But like, is it the same people that hung her out? No, I don't know. Hung her out to dry. That's what I mean. That I mean, I didn't. Know what I mean? But aye, the same people. It's like they'll burn you one day, then try and fucking scrape up your ashes the next. It's like, what are you doing? They're so responsible, yet they've got so much blood in their hand. Look at Hillsborough. No, I'm going back historical here, but it's like instances like how it's madness. So anyway, I get back to the Joe Rogan thing. So ever since he's had these viral experts, and these cunts are experts. Like, is it Peter McCulloch, Dr. Peter McCulloch? He's like one of the most accredited fucking, whatever is a physician or whatever the fuck he's called. He's one of the most accredited in his field. The guy isn't a fucking muppet. He's no fucking big fat Margaret if you're down the street with 8 veins and a fucking pit climb, know what I mean? That's rhymed there. He's genuinely, like this guy, in his field, he's been seen as like one of the leading experts. Up until now. Now he's just a fucking idiot that shouldn't be listening to. And that's the other thing as well with Joe Rogan. He's not sitting saying, don't take the vaccine, listen to these people, fuck everything. He's just like, right, well, I didn't take the vaccine. I've looked at other methods that have proven to work. That's what I done. And that's it. He's taught about his own experiences. That's what he's done since he started the podcast. Talked about his own experiences. But it's only just now that his experiences are dangerous. It's like, you never heard anyone kicking up fuck about him talk about smoking weed or smoking DMT or taking mushrooms. Exactly, his podcast tripping on mushrooms. The amount of people I talk to want to smoke DMT because of watching Joe Rogan. I wanted to smoke it because of watching Joe Rogan. And I'm glad I did. It was a life-changing moment. But nobody cared about that. Nobody, oh, he's a responsible. He's telling people to take drugs. Not one cunt give a fuck. But now they do. And it's the fact that he's... What's the word? It's not... Is it unbiased? Would I use the word unbiased? Where these obviously experts coming, they're basically saying, listen, the fucking vaccine, don't take it, whatever else. It's not worth a fuck. I know I'm dumbing them down, but he's a break. I'm a fucking ex-con. What do you expect? I can only be smart in so many days. I've only had a couple of hours sleep. But it's like, until he had these two guys on, people were saying he's irresponsible, cancel him and that, and they couldn't listen. But now somebody's went and made a fucking compilation video. And they've done a good job at it, taking everything out of context. And I'm not justifying him using that word, but end of the day, he's not using it a derogatory term against Andy. All that he's quoting, it's been taken out of context. And it is, and it's a touchy subject to try and get down that road. It really is. When race comes into things, it really is. It's like you need to tread carefully. We do know anyway. And was I getting it? Aye. And it's weird. In the 12 years since this video is taking its first wee clip, and obviously passed him up until I don't know when the fucking last time he says it. He obviously stopped saying it a few years ago. 12 years ago. Why is it just now that people are suddenly deciding or get him cancelled for that? How did it not happen sooner? If it was such a big deal. Because I could understand if maybe I was trying to move that camera with my toe there, that's why it all wobbled, you know, fucking freaking out, but lay off the drugs. I'd understand maybe if he'd said it recently, and then that's what's flared it up, and then somebody's went back like, well, it's not the first time he says it. No, it's all down to the fact you get a couple of experts. Let's remember, these guys are experts. I keep going back to that point because that's who they are. What, can I not call somebody an expert that's a fucking expert in their field? That's exactly what they are. And plus, I know, what was that? I forgot the guy's name, a guy for CNN. He basically got his own show and made him look like a fucking idiot. And I say he made him look like a fucking idiot. The guy made himself look like a fucking idiot. Joe just steered him in that direction. But it's not until he gets these two guys on who are basically questioning the narrative, and they know these kind of people can rubbish them off right away. Because people rubbish people off, go, he's a fucking idiot, this and that, and they know they kind of people, so they've gone after Joe Rogan. And then, he's a racist, let's cancel him. But you're trying to cancel him because he's basically bringing information that isn't in the news, that isn't in the papers, that the politicians aren't saying. And he's no sitting telling people, don't take the vaccine, don't do this, don't do that. He's just like, well, this is this man, I've met him, these are his credentials, and this is what he's got to say. It's like, are you not allowed to have an opinion anymore? You're not allowed to have an opinion anymore. You're genuinely not. And it's a dangerous time we live in. We're slowly but surely losing our right to free speech. And COVID, we were losing it anyway, but COVID has only just started to accelerate that. And see, COVID itself has done fuck all. It's the people in power, it's the news outlets and that. And no, I've always known for a while the news is full of shit. And a lot of people are, and that's why in this generation we've got the access to the internet. When we hear something in the news, we don't take it at face value. A lot of us, I hope, don't take it as face value. Because we can research, and that's what you should do. You should research everything. Research it. Just because somebody says something in a comment section and they've worded it well enough that they sound like they know what they're talking about. Here's a wee hint. Say most people in comment sections don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. They genuinely don't. You see them, and I fell victim to it a few times. I'm like, fucking no way. Reading some mad fucking, George Bush once fucking snorted spaghetti bolognese through his nose and shat it back out. I know that's not the kind of, I kind of like lost a few pounds for the weight in my argument there, but you understand my point. You'll see it in the comment section if there's a lot of debate in the section. Like, for instance, when I get pushed in that pond dressed as a police in my video that get fucking banned for bullying and harassment when it was me, people were commenting like, it's Scott Squad, get a grip and all that. Let's see other people that thought it was a real police. There was people arguing saying it was a real police, and then there was people on the other side saying it was Scott Squad. Not one cunt guessed it was a music video. But the fact of the matter remains, people are very good at sounding like they know what they talk about. But quite often, more often than not, they're the people that don't have a fucking Scooby what they're talking about. And see, to be honest, see me, there'll be times I sound like I know what I'm talking about, and I do know what I'm talking about a lot of the time. Because I know what I'm talking about when I say something, doesn't mean I know everything. And I don't know everything. And nobody knows everything. Not one person in this world knows everything. And that's, since the dawn of man till the end of man, is going to remain a universal fucking truth. Not everyone, not one person will know everything. It's impossible. Because you're always learning. You'll be learning to the day you die. And that's the beauty of life. It's the mystery of it. Right now you might be a different person a year from now. And that's a magical experience. The only thing is, it's down to you to decide what kind of person that's going to be. But I would go back to Joe Rogan. So it's not until he started questioning this narrative, and he's not even really so much as questioning it as in forcibly questioning it. He is just opening up the question in people's minds. So do you understand the difference? He's not so much as putting the question there. He's just talking to somebody, because he probably didn't know what this guy was going to say. I think he's planned it. He's planned people to go like that. Oh, for fuck's sake. No. We've just heard information that's contrary to what's in the news and the media. And see if the news and the media reported the both sides of the argument, rather than try to silence anybody that says anything different, then maybe it would be a bit more complicit. Would maybe be a bit more trusting. But the fact that they're trying to silence people, they're spreading, they're holding back certain news and all that shit, they're spreading fake shit, fake news. I know it's a Donald Trump quote, but it's a fucking good thing, because it's relevant and it's true. But pushing fake news, see if they never done all this sneaky shit, and I'm just talking about since COVID. I'm not even talking about since the fucking began. The BBC covered up Jimmy Savile abusing a fucking ton of veins. We forgot about that, and mate, it's like, oh, BBC covered that up, but why are we still listening to them, man? Imagine if, put it this way, imagine Joe Rogan knew about, say, Ari Shaffir abusing all sorts of veins and covered it up. What do you think would happen to him? I'm not even going to tell you what I think would happen. I'll just let your imagination do that. But we're all going down the same route with it, aren't we? BBC, on the other hand, care about us. The government care about us. The only thing they care about is the fucking money in their pocket. And right now, that is expanding at a rapid rate. The money in our pockets is fucking disappearing, if it's even there. If we're lucky enough to have fucking money in our pockets. I mean, look at the Tories. I'm just talking about for Britain right now. Look at the Tories. It's like, how much fucking money have they managed to make for them and their pals during this thing since it started? The PPE scandal, like companies that didn't even exist, like a net worth of like $1,000 and all that, suddenly shot up to like in the vast millions, and they all happen to just be AIDS. Imagine that. It's like it's corruption at its highest order. See if you want to get away with breaking the law, you don't put on a mask or a balaclava, put on a suit and tie and get into the House of Commons. And that's not me being on conspiracy theories. That's fucking true. It's like, imagine if anybody that wasn't a politician, that fucking was known to be committing this amount of fucking atrocities, doing all this shit. Where do you think they'd be? See, take up Boris Johnson or these Richie Sunak or fucking Matt Hancock. Imagine they weren't the politicians or bankers, because bankers get away with it and all. Imagine it was like, I don't know, a cunt that owned a construction company or something pulling this shit off. How long do you think he would last before the coppers were through his door, proceeds of crime, fucking carpet ripped from under him? How long do you think he'd get away with that? And the police aren't even investigating them, the politicians. I don't seem as if I'm stealing this lass's content, but I was watching a video the other day. It was on TikTok. I fucking forgot the lass's name. If I remember it whilst I'm editing this video, Fivo, I'm talking to you whilst you're editing this video. Fucking tag her and stop stealing her part. But she says it, she's like that. When the police were saying, there's no evidence to suggest an investigation going or that kind of shit. She's like, when does the police ever wait? If they think somebody's guilty of a crime, if there's been a claim made against somebody, or a crime, or a crime's been reported against somebody, how often do the police go, nah, there's not really much there, I don't think, you're alright, we're busy. Can't do it. That's never happened either. It's like in the past 2 years, so much shit has happened. That is never really. I don't want to say it's never happened before. It probably has happened before, but we've just not known about it. But so much fucked up shit, and it's just, aye. And we go back to like fucking Joe Rogan getting cancelled. It's like there are all these media outlets and all these fucking dim-witted bastards that can't think for themselves, that follow a crowd, that follow this fucking thing, and it's like, I remember somebody telling me, see every kind of civilization, you got the Roman Empire, whatever else, every one of them, obviously, what's the word, they basically dissolved. They all began like infighting and all that shit, and they fell to fuck, and it all started war on their gender. I think that's like every civilization. I know I'm butchering this, somebody told me this. Apparently every civilization before this civilization now all fell to fuck, and it all started like, and it's when they all started beefing about genders when it kind of was the beginning of the end. And right now we're doing that. And if the world was to end next year, would you be so surprised? A couple of years ago I would have. No, I'd be fucking surprised if it didn't. But hey, that's the way of the world. And see this cancel culture, I'm getting into this, I know. See that the cancel culture is nothing but a fucking bully culture. That's what it is. There's some people that have done some fucked up shit, right, and fair dues, but they shouldn't be on our screens again. But now it's just a case that, see if anybody starts to do well in the public eye, you've got these wee fucking weasel bastards, these fucking 40-year-old virgins that have probably never done fuck all with their life, that have got no happiness, no joy, nothing, and then rather focus on their own shite, they want to look outward, and they want to sit in their wee shitey fucking Dell computer in their ma's basement. Fucking, it probably takes them ages because every time the fucking ma gets a phone call for a pimp, the line gets cut off. But I had to delve back and just try and find shit about the cunt and just investigate, and you're like that. And then if they do find something, oh, you need to apologise for this and that. And fair dues, some cunts have done some fucked up shit. I'm not excusing Andy. But there's some you're like, why are you apologising? And you know why they're apologising? Because if they don't, whatever they're doing, let's say if they're like a film star, that fucking they're on the telly, like this and that, a musician or whatever, they're fucking apologising to keep their career. If they don't, if you go and fuck yourself, I'm not apologising. Do you think they'll get much work? Because people aren't going to want to be associated with it, because then they'll get, oh, he's working with him, so we'll go after him. And it's a bully culture. That's all it is. I mean, you better apologise for what you've done, or you'll never work again. That's effectively what it is. And now it's starting to become a point where it's okay. But we forget. See these celebrities that are in the fucking public eye? These cunts are people like me and you. So why is it, because somebody's on the telly, that they deserve to take that amount of shit? Who are you to give any cunt shit? On me? You know what I mean? It's like, you think about people's, we're talking about mental health and all this, and it's like right now, it's never been more openly spoken about than ever. And it's even at this point, this is probably the most it's ever been spoken about, and yet we've not even fucking scratched the surface, because there's a lot of people that still can't speak about it. I struggle to talk to people about my mental health. I really struggle to talk to people about it, and I struggle with my head a lot of times. But I fucking struggle to open up now. A few times I feel like doing it, and then I'm like, it's a barrier. But you look at these people in the public eye, and they're getting attacked from all angles and all that stuff for some fucking stupid thing they've done. And aye, some people fair dues have maybe done some fucked up shit, but no all of them. But they're all treated the same. Do you know, think about their mental health? What if somebody kills themselves? Because it can happen. Because some people, let's see what the likes of me, I'm not comparing myself to somebody, I'm saying I'm in the public eye or this and that, but I'm probably in the Z list spectrum to the public eye, like the fucking Triple Z or some shit like that. I've got a bit of a following, so there's a lot of people who probably watch my stuff. But fuck, what was I going with that? But I'm lucky enough, I've took slaggings all my life. I get bullied fucking when I was younger and all that shit, so it would take a lot for somebody to say to me something to me that I would take badly. To be honest, I don't think there's anything they could say, because it's nothing I've not heard before. But there's some people that aren't about that really take it badly what people say to them online. And I can imagine, let's see, I was lucky enough, I kind of grew up. I had Yahoo Messenger when I was younger, so you only had cunts you knew on it. And that kind of thing, and it wasn't, you could just log it off and all that shit. Wasn't really the way it is now, where you can't really escape it. Because it is a part of your day-to-day life, like fucking social media and all that shit. But, some people really take that shit badly. And say somebody's getting barraged with all these people, calling them all sorts, trying to ruin their career, doing this and that, for something they probably done when they were at a much more immature point in their life. Probably weren't even famous, because end of the day, we've all done stupid shit. There is nobody that can sit like, I've not done it. See, if you're saying you've not done stupid shit, then you just lied. Fucking straight out, you're a fucking liar. Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, get married to a prostitute? That not quite stupid? That was just a wee analogy, you know what I mean? Don't start going all fucking holy on me. Bum holy. But it's like, what if somebody was to, what the way Joe Rogan's getting it now, what if somebody was to fucking kill themselves causing that? That means you've got blood in your hands. Because, and you know exactly what would happen? Oh, poor guy. I can't believe it. He was such a talent, this and that, yada yada. He'd become a hero overnight. So that's basically what it works out as. If you don't apologise, the only way you're getting fucking any form of sympathy is if you fucking top yourself or try to. No, if you try to, you probably won't even get it. But let's talk about mental health. Or mental health, speak out and all that. But don't say that. What? What are you talking about? Fucking pull your head out your arse, man, seriously. I don't know, see social media, it's got so many great things, like you can see the likes of right now. I'm talking to you right now. I wouldn't probably be getting this out to nowhere near as many people if it wasn't for social media. Like for instance, say obviously I play the guitar and I do tunes and that. See if I wanted to, like, I don't know, play a tune to like 20,000 odd people, to get my music out to like 20,000 people, I'd need to get a fucking amp, a guitar, whatever else I need. I'd need to get a motor or something, or somebody to drive me. And I'd need to go up and down the country. I'd need to sleep in my motor or hotels and that, gigging like fuck, busting my cunt in for a fucking, about fucking 6 months to a year or something. No, if I want to get a song out to like 20,000 people, I just need to play it in front of a fucking camera, record it and upload it to my Facebook or my YouTube or whatever. It's so simple. So we've got a lot of power in our hands with social media. But it's got so many negatives attached to it. That too many people see themselves as these righteous social justice warriors, when in actual fact they're just fucking put a padlock on that skeleton in their closet. And that's all they've done. Like, nobody's watching this. I'm talking to you right now. We've all got shit we've done. Shit we'd rather just put behind us. And that is what it's part of being human. If you've not done anything in your life that you're no proud of, then you're no human. Simple as that. You know what I mean? It's good to don't let regrets fucking destroy you. Look back, you learn for yourself. Life is the greatest teacher of all. Nobody got it right every time. No cunt. That's a fact. So where do we stop it? Because if we want to go through fucking history and condemn people, then let's do it. But it's a never-ending job, because people are still going to be making mistakes to this day, and so on and so forth, until we get obliterated. And that's it. But That was a bit fucking... it's a bit grim, wasn't it? But it's a grim time. Like, it's fucking annoying me. See, I've started using this now. See, when I do my wee talks and I sit and talk a lot of shite, I talk sense, but I talk sense and I talk shitey sense. It's a sense of shite. But I talk, man, and it's good. It's like, see, when I talk about it, I can't open up to people and all that kind of stuff. I always imagine myself opening up to like a fucking therapist or a psychiatrist. Because you think of that, see, you want to open up to somebody that's like, that can tell you, who can give you an evaluation and why you're feeling the way you do, the kind of person you are, that you can't see. You want a professional to do it. You want to be in that environment. Like when Tony Soprano and the Sopranos sit in front of that therapist. Me personally, and I'm sure a lot of people are in the same boat, you always imagine yourself sitting with some sort of fucking therapist or psychiatrist and getting all your shit off your chest and just getting to the bottom of what's what. But unfortunately, to get to that stage, there's a lot of hurdles you need to jump here. And when you get there, it's end of the day, psychiatrists, therapists, they're people as well. They've done a degree. I'm not saying they're smart people, clearly. Dedicated people that've obviously put in the time to do that. But they're just people. They've got faults of their own. They don't understand things as well. They might not understand certain things. Human beings are complex organisms. They really are. You'll know that yourself with your mind. You'll think some shit. And you'll be like, why am I thinking that? And never get yourself down on the thoughts that come into your head. Because we all know you're not in control of your thoughts. You can control a lot of what you're thinking, but there's a lot of thoughts that come into your mind that you're like, what the fuck, why am I thinking that? And you feel like a terrible person, but you're not. You're only judged on your actions, not your thoughts. Always remember that. Always remember it. But so when I'm sitting talking to the camera, see when I'm talking to you, these are the kind of thoughts I have like late at night, lying in bed, like the shit that keeps me up at night. I mean, these are the thoughts I usually need a good chug to distract myself with. But, no, this doesn't get me erect. I've got erectile dysfunction. I need to take Sudafinil, so no. I get pharmaceutical fucking help. But, so see when I'm sitting talking to this fucking camera and this mic, I'm getting a lot of shit off my chest. So this is my therapy, and look, I'm on a therapist couch. I've got my wee fucking lounger. I've said, I don't know if anybody's noticed, that this podcast is set up like therapy. There's like a psychiatrist chair, then you've got the wee lounger. I don't know what to call it. Is it a puffy, a lounger, whatever it is? I'll need to get a name. Who can name it for me? Write in the comments what you think a good name for these chairs would be. Let's get a bit of identity. But when I'm sitting in this chair and I'm sitting talking away, I'm getting a fucking lot off my chest and I'm speaking my thoughts. Sometimes I'll just sit and get a laugh in that. And with this one, it's a bit more serious, but that's life. We can have a laugh and all that, man, but sometimes when something fucking pisses you off, and it's good, because when people are watching this, people can relate to some of the stuff I'm talking about. I mean, they find solace that somebody else thinks like that. And there's nothing better when you think a certain way, because a lot of people, when you have certain thoughts, you think to yourself, I'm the only person that thinks like this. And it can be quite alienating. And you can feel that kind of detachment for other people because you think they don't think like this. But you'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised at how similar a lot of people's thoughts are. People do think a lot of the same thoughts. And that's why we're lucky we're in this age. Because mental health, we go back to mental health, a lot of people are struggling now. But now, whereas before, see if you were to, let's say, people struggling with mental health 10, 20 years ago, obviously it's got a lot worse with social media and that. But a long time ago, you didn't really have many people speaking the truth of their mind on telling that, because they couldn't. There was a lot of control, a lot of stuff getting do. It was to fucking show this rosy, because you watch the telly and you think everything's amazing. If you're on the telly, you're fucking doing brilliant. But a lot of that's edited and made to look a certain way, whereas with podcasts and the likes of that, you've got a lot of people like myself. See, if this was 10 years ago, not one cunt would know who I was. You wouldn't, and if I'm saying a lot of things that you can relate to and it resonates with you, 10 years ago, that wouldn't have happened. Unless we met personally and we sat and got on it and full of ching, because I wouldn't have started speaking all this fucking mad, warped wisdom to you in the middle of the street. How you been, mate? You alright? Well, end of the day, mate, cancel culture's a bully culture, and I just want to, you need to kill yourself, you want to get your way out of it. But mate, cheers, mate. Enjoy your milk. You know what I mean? But so we're in a privileged age, and I feel as if I talk about my experiences with life in the jail and all that shit. See, if you meet me, I'm not one of the people that hides away the fact I've been in the jail. I'm open about it. But I'm not one of these cunts that are, you get a time, mate. Fuck knows, mate. I've not checked the time since I was in the jail. It's like, it tries to pure fucking tell you they're in the jail. At the end of the jail's just full of cunts that get caught. You shouldn't have been embarrassed or ashamed that you've been in the jail, but it's like, you get caught. End of the day, everybody that commits a crime does it with nobody really, no many people, probably a 1% commit a crime with the hope that they get caught. So you've been unsuccessful in whatever you were trying to do. But that doesn't make you an unsuccessful person. That's just a state of mind. But you took a risk and you paid for it. And fair dues. And if you're breaking the law and you get caught, you deserve to go to jail. Depending on the crime, obviously. But that's it. That's the choice you make. And I personally accept that. But the reason why I talk about it on the podcast and that, because there's a lot, I don't feel there's my kind of demographic, people who have been in the nick, and I've not just done wee shitey sentences, I've done about 4.5 years of my life in the jail. No long compared to a lot of cunts have done, but it's long enough to have an experience it. And fucking, you think I'd learned my lesson after the first time, but it's like, I feel as if this kind of person is underrepresented. And see, with most people, see where I come from, I don't know about you, but you stay. The only way to kind of be successful is to sell drugs. And it's true, everybody I look at drives a nice motors, got nice houses, get their own business. All punt. It's a truth of the matter. You get some cunts with their own business and that, but it's some graft. It's like you can't just fucking pick up and go, I'm going to start my own business. You probably can, but you need money for somewhere. You need some sort of investment. You need to put the time in that in. See if you've not got a trade. I've not got a trade. I done scaffolding. I was a labourer. Especially being in the jail, you come out as nobody's giving you money to go and start your own business. You come out of jail, and that's if you're lucky enough to have the kind of knowledge to start a business doing some certain things. So, but where I come from, it's like if you're not a drug dealer, you're fucking skint. You're living wage to wage. So I feel that me doing what I'm doing as many things as I do, and I believe I'm going to be successful one of these days. Trust me, usually at the early stage it. Wait till you see it. I'll be a household name. But it's true, because I believe in myself. And see, and I can sit and say this, and I'm not being big-headed or fuck all. Up until about a couple of years ago, I never believed myself with anything. I put myself down every time. I believed I could do nothing. I genuinely, I had no respect for myself. I didn't see myself as worthy of life. I just see myself as like a fucking baggage of flesh and bones. It's like, I didn't view myself highly. It's in the past couple of years I've really fucking turned my thinking around. See, if you just said to me a couple of years, if I was just to meet myself a couple of years ago, it'd be fucking polar opposites. It would have been frighteningly different. So I can say I believe in myself because I believe I've got the talent. Because some people would say, oh, you're a talented guy, you can play and sing and all, do all that stuff. I would just be like, cheers mate, look, he's just saying that. You just try to big us up. So people could compliment me all the way and it just wouldn't sink in. I'm going to take it, it's a blah, he's saying that because he's just trying to be nice, this and that. I wouldn't take people's word for it, but whether you think I'm good at what I'm doing now, like my podcast, my music, my comedy skits, right, that's subjective to the individual. You either like it or you don't. No everybody likes the same thing. One man shites another man's champagne. Right? That's a fact of life as well. I'm going to call this fucking facts of life. But what I can say with 100% certainty, my fucking right hand to God, whatever the fuck you want, I'm better at this than anything I've ever done in my life. Every single thing I've done in my life, this is the thing I'm best at. Whether you like it or think I'm good or not, that's the matter. That's up to yourself. But the fact of the matter is, I'm better at this than the scaffolding and going down boxing and anything I've ever done up until the past 2 years. This is the thing I've excelled most at, and that's what the boy KV said. I'm sounding like Mike Tyson there, didn't I? You fed them. I'm trying to do it. I need 2 minutes to grab my balls. You're gonna find something. You have got it, and you're gonna work it. I went a bit Chris Tucker, fucking Kermit the Frog here, didn't it? But it's find something you're half good at. Nobody started amazing at something. Maybe the fucking odd fucking anomaly, but it's like the odd fucking freak of genius. But nobody started amazing at anything. That's the thing is, it's no the thing is, people don't start stuff, or if they start it, they don't follow through because they can't handle being shite at something. But you need to be shite to be great. Look at walking. Look when you were away, when you were crawling the ground. Right? What child, baby, stood up on both legs and then walked and never crawled again? Do you know when did this happen to? You don't, because it never happened. Waynes get up, they try to walk, they fall. What do you do? Go, fuck it, I can't walk, so I'll just crawl for the rest of my life. Do you fuck? You get back up until you get good at it. No walking second nature. You are very good at walking, because once upon a time in your life you couldn't walk. You didn't know how to walk. You taught yourself that. For repetition, for determination. You kept doing it, you kept getting back up. No, you are a master at walking. Think about that, because that's true. You didn't used to know how to walk, and you taught yourself. Why not apply that logic to something you love? Because it's true. It's not just well, it's kind of different. Nah, it's fucking true. You didn't know how to do something at one point in your life. And when you were a child, it's not as if you were a child with vast fucking banks of knowledge in your mind that you you didn't have a fucking clue, you know what I mean? So it's not as if you could go and watch a YouTube tutorial when you were a fucking Wayne. It was like instinct, it was nature. So teach yourself how to walk. And you need to walk before you can run. See, man, it's like you think you're no good at anything, but you realise you've done a lot of shit in your life you just don't give yourself credit for. It's like, every cunt learns to walk. Where I come from, every cunt sells drugs or takes them. Just because every cunt does something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Like this podcast game, every cunt and their fucking granny's got a podcast. And the thing is, see if this didn't kind of fall into my lap, obviously there was 4s it started. So I was like, fuck, it'll be a laugh. It'll be 4s. But obviously, as I've spoken about before, 2 boys pulled out, then another boy wanted to be the producer, so I've just ended up with my lap. But see if we never decided the 4s were going to do one, I would have never have done a podcast. Because every cunt else was doing it. I'd have been like, fuck that, man, I'm not doing a podcast, every cunt's doing one. But the fact that it's fell in my lap, I'm like, well, the mantle's on me, you know. And this is in the past year, as I say, I'm just getting this mindset, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up anything, like, I'm fucking sticking to it. So it might go wee periods, like, obviously the past week and that era, I didn't upload anything, but I'll always get back to it, I'll never give up. There's something deep down in my mind that won't let me. And that was a fart. That is the definition of a successful story. And that's coming from a cunt that's floated through life with a fucking negative shite attitude. Has been in jail, done fucking a fair bit of time. Fuck's sake, ended up fucking with mad gear habits, ended up in heavy debt, unpaid bills and all that shit. I fucked more bills than I punched a duck. Woo! But you see, so I'm not one of these cunts that you can look at and go, well, I had this and that. I've got a good family and I never appreciate it. I never appreciated it I had in my life. And I you know what I mean? I didn't come for money. I was fucking single mom with 2 veins. There was times I didn't fucking eat when I was younger. There was food. There wasn't much food in the house. I said I didn't eat. It's not as if I fucking went with food, but it was a struggle for everybody. And then obviously me being a fuckhead, getting older, just rebelling, you know, you're that age, then just doing daft shit and getting to jail, and then just being a daft cunt all my fucking life. Like us all. Mate, we're all daft cunts. But some of us just mature up sooner than others. You know what I mean? And that's a true fact of life. And some people never do. Because I look at myself, I'm 29. See the way I'm thinking now, I'm not finished yet. I'm still got a lot to do in order to grow. But I've came a long way. But there's some people that never realise I'm lucky enough. I'm at like the age where I'm young enough. I've not got any like commitments in that. I'm in a good position where I can do what I'm doing. Where I can apply this form of thinking to my passions. And I'm lucky enough to be at a point in time where I don't need to go to like a TV fucking station or an outlet and try and beg them to get me on and I need to do this. I can just do it for the comfort in my fucking chair in my spare room at 4 a.m. when I can't sleep. 5-10 years ago I could have never done anything like this. So I'm at a perfect time to do it. And so are you. The time is always right. And see when you think the time isn't right, it's called resistance. The time is what fucking time you want it to be, mate. That's it, man. Pursue your passions. And fuck the police. That's all for me, team. Remember, like, subscribe, and don't get wide. It's been beautiful talking to you. Have a good night. Catchies!